Hey guys, today we have Madhuri Patidar and she is having around 4 years of experience in Java, Spring Boot and microservices. So hey, hi Madhuri, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah,
Okay, shall
thank
we
you.
start?
Yes, sure.
Can you please introduce yourself and then your recent project?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I have overall 4 years of experience in the full
Mhm.
stack development,
Mhm.
where I have worked in front end using Angular framework with the JavaScript, TypeScript, and some libraries like AG Grid and Material. And in
Okay.
backend, I have used Java, Spring Boot.
Mhm.
So I have used some databases like SQL and MongoDB. Along with, I
Okay.
have a proficiency in some version control tools like Git, Jira, Bitbucket. So yeah,
Okay.
yeah, so full
Right.
in overall experience in the full stack development.
Overall
4 years.
experience as a full stack developer.
Yes.
Okay, okay. And what about your recent project in
Mhm.
your recent company?
Okay, so my recent project was it was the trading project, intellectual design called. So
Okay.
it was more based on analysis. So
Mm-hmm.
the software was, for example, we have companies like Adidas and Amul, okay, big companies. So if
Mm-hmm.
someone's tried to create the copy of their logo, like symbols,
Okay.
so
Mm-hmm.
our software was analyzed. So like it was a very big project. I was working on a small module of that project where I have worked
Okay.
on in front end. I've used some functionality, worked on some functionalities like
Mm-hmm.
or like filtering, sorting the data, showing the table, and create the REST APIs in the backend for that. So
Okay.
yeah, this is
Okay.
the.
So, how do you secure REST APIs in your project?
Mhm. Okay, in the front end, if I talk about, so for security, we are using, I think, authentication, okay, but yeah,
Mm-hmm.
some JWT token we have used, I
Dot
think.
tokens.
Yes, yeah, yeah.
Okay. So, how you are producing these dot tokens in the backend?
Mhm. In backend, I think we have to import the security, web secure.
Mm-hmm.
I think security. Yeah, there is a web security starter web security uh, uh,
Okay.
dependency. You have to import
Mm-hmm.
in the pom.xml
Okay.
file, and you have to implement the class
Mm-hmm.
web security. There is an adapter. There is an adapter. There is a class you have to
Okay.
implement. Inside, you have some methods like configure
Mm-hmm.
method, or you
Okay.
have to configure the JWT token. Okay, so to
Mm-hmm.
configure the JWT token, I think you have to use some filter. You have to use some
Mm-hmm.
filter. I need to
Okay.
check. Like I have worked, but
Yeah, yeah.
I need
Right.
to check.
Okay,
But
no
yeah, I have
worries.
a basic idea like how we can do.
Okay.
So
So, okay, okay. So, what caching mechanism you are using, and what uh, what the methodology of your project is having, like waterfall, agile,
it's a agile methodology in my
agile.
current project. Yes.
Okay.
For caching, I think in the backend we have some annotations. I think you have to import that caching inside your dependency or inside your pom.xml file. I think some dependency you
So,
have
you are
to.
using inbuilt caching or like some external like Redis,
No, I think
Elastic Cache,
inbuilt only.
inbuilt one.
Yeah, I need to check in backend part more this one. Yes, I know how the caching is
Yeah.
working, like how the what the
Mm-hmm.
annotations is used for
Mm-hmm.
that. But yeah, I need to explain.
Yeah, it's fine. So, and what's the Java version?
Recently, we use some Java 8 features also in the project. So yes.
Okay, Java 8.
Mm.
So, like why option class was introduced in Java 8?
Okay. I think to avoid the null check pointer, we use the optional class in Java 8. Um, and yes.
So what is collection framework in Java?
Mhm. Collections, inside the collections we have list, we have set, we have map. So this types of collections we have. Okay, so can I describe all the collections or like?
No, like just give an overview, like what's the collection framework is and why do we need this?
I think we do for multiple we are for multiple operations we are we are
Mm-hmm.
performing some operations like for example fetching the data, storing the
Mm-hmm.
data. So for the
Mm-hmm.
operations, to perform the operations, we are using the collections over the object. So
Okay. So what are the main interfaces of Java collection framework?
Interfaces like okay, like array list we have set, we have mapped.
Queue there.
So
Okay.
yes.
So do you know about iterator and how it works within this framework?
Iterator, I think, okay, iterator, iterating the value. I need to check. I think I'm not sure much about the but iterator maybe for looping the values. Iterator. Oh, better to I'll check. Oh,
Okay.
iterator.
And what enhancements were made to the Java collection framework in Java 8?
What?
What
Please repeat.
enhancements were made to the Java collection framework in Java 8?
In Java 8, like what? Maybe I'm not understand properly.
Okay, so
So
what
to you
enhancement?
need to I need to import. You're saying something like
No,
uh,
like in the Java collection framework,
mhm.
what were the enhancements that
Enhancement.
were done in the Java 8 regarding related to the Java collection framework?
Okay, I think in Java 8 we have we have some for example in the interface we are using, so we have default static methods, we have
Mhm.
lambda expression, we have stream API,
Mhm.
and then we have like optional class. So this is the
Okay.
we can use in inside the collections.
Okay. So have you used arrays.sort or collections.sort in your project?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so do you know how these methods work internally and what are the algorithms they are
Mhm.
using internally?
Okay. I think collections dot sort while okay, collections dot sort comparing the objects, I think we are using collections dot sort, like for example inside the comparator also by for comparing
Mm-hmm.
objects we are using collections dot sort method, and we are
Okay.
passing the classes and arrays dot sort, I think it based on it's sort the our what can I say, it's not based on object, maybe I'm not sure, I need to check arrays dot sort
Yeah.
properly.
So
Yes.
basically, the array sort uses dual pivot quick sort algorithm
Okay.
and tim sort for the different objective. Like for primitive, it uses
Mhm.
dual pivot quick sort, and for object arrays, it uses tim sort. Whereas a collection uses
Mhm.
uses only tim sort algorithm internally.
Mm. Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
So yeah. So what's the can you please tell me the use case of array list, linked list, and hash set?
Okay. Array list, for example, if you are trying to fetch something, so so it will, I think, to fetch something or to access something using using
Mm-hmm.
the index variable indexing. So I think it's better using the array list. While if you are trying to modify something like or remove something, so I think
Mm-hmm.
linked list is better.
Okay.
And one more, what do you like array list, linked list? What
Hash
is
set.
Headset?
Yeah.
Okay. I think in headset we worked on hash values,
Mm-hmm.
and in the headset it's internally, I think, using the it's have a key value. I think internally they have some present values there,
Yeah.
and it's some we have some unique value in headset. We can say that compared to
So
list.
how
And in,
so how does hash set ensure that there are no duplicates?
okay, I think okay, headset in this set we don't have a duplicates. Correct. We don't have duplicate in this set over the list. Maybe I'm not sure about the internal. Maybe they'll convert some values there. Internally, I'm not sure what is the internal implementation there.
Okay. So like, do you know about hash code and equal methods? Uh,
Yes, yes.
can you explain? I mean, not in detail, just give a brief.
Okay. So, for example, if I talk about the internal implementation of HashMap, so
Yes.
there is a situation where if
Mhm.
you are trying to insert something, for example, a index value you are getting, okay,
Yeah, yeah.
after like hash code you are
Mhm.
getting, and
Mhm.
then well you are trying to put something in, for example, you got two times like index value same if you are
Mhm.
trying to put in a bucket in form of
Mhm.
node. So
Mhm.
if you are it's the situation is called a hash collision, it means. So
Mhm.
in that case you have to compare, so we use the hash code and equals method there to compare the two objects, and then based on this hash code and
Okay.
equals method will put
Okay.
inside
So
the
is tree sorted internally?
sorry.
Is tree sort sorted internally?
Tree sort internally, you're saying?
Yeah,
Tree
yeah,
sort.
yeah. I mean,
Mhm.
tree sort is sorted internally or what? Like if we store the elements inside the tree set data
Mhm.
structure, so the elements would be sorted or what?
No, and I think in the set it's not in a sorted manner. It's the order is not preserved. Like you have
Order
two
is
levels
not
of order.
preserved in tree set,
Yes, no, not in tree set.
in hash
In
set,
the hash set, yeah. In
but
tree set,
order
it will sort. Or in the tree set, I think.
sorted. Hmm. So can you give me an example where tree set is more appropriate than hash set? Uh,
Mm.
just to give any practical example of like
Mm.
in your project
Tree
anywhere.
set. Okay, hash set and tree set. Mm. Okay, practical example, hash set, name, and we have some
Give
details.
anyone either basic or advanced.
Mhm. For hash set, I think tree set. Just a second. Let's see. Hash set I know, but tree set. Hash set I know. For example, we have some data. For example, I need to put my name and like for my phone number, my
Mhm.
email ID. So this type of like values if I want to store. So we'll use the hash set. Okay. But tree set, the example I'm not recalling as of now. Like, what would be
Okay.
the best example? Yeah, real life example. I think if you
Uh,
want to sort, yeah.
okay, no worries. So, can you explain internal working of Hashmap?
Okay. So, for example, we have a 1 to 50, 15, like we have a bucket. The value is like 1 to 15, like 0. Okay. So, in this, for example, we have two objects. So, first we dot put we use to store for storing purpose. Okay.
Okay.
So, firstly, we have to find the key and value. Like there is a key value pair. So,
Yes,
first you
yes.
uh, find the key of the, like for example, the hash code of the key. Whatever the key is there, we find the hash code. After getting the hash code, you are performing the mode n-1 operation. After this, like after performing this, you'll get the index value. Okay, in this way. So you will put whatever you will getting the index value, you'll put in the form of node inside the bucket. Now the next situation is again there is another like object, and now if in case you are getting the same index, now this is a hash collision. Okay,
Okay.
situation. Now you have to check the equal. You have to override the equals and hash code method, and now you have to check if it is equal, like the value. So you have to override the equals method. You have to check the content. If it is same, so you have to replace. If it is not same, so you have to connect in the next node. So in this way, like it will work, I think.
Okay. So what happens when two keys have the same hash code in the Hashmap?
If two keys in the so there is a hash collision, like two keys, not a index value, correct? You are saying two
Yeah, yeah,
keys.
two keys.
Okay. So you have to okay, two keys have the same hash code. So I think you have to override the equals method and check the content. I think maybe.
Okay, so that's the next step, like to override. But initially, what
Mhm.
will happen when two keys have the same hash code? So you are telling the solution.
Two keys, same hash code.
So
I
they end up
think
in the same bucket.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So you have to check like if it is same, so you have to replace. If it is not if it is not same, so you have to put in the next
Okay.
as per my understanding in the next node. Oh.
So can you please tell me what changes were done for the hashmap in Java 8? Because before Java 8 hashmap behave differently.
I think there is a balance tree, something red black tree they have using. They are using maybe. Yeah, in
Okay.
Java 8. Uh, yeah,
Okay. So
instead of libraries.
not exactly the red flag tree. We are
Mm-hmm.
using red flag tree, but when there are too many items end up in the same bucket. Initially,
Mm-hmm.
we are using a linked list in Java 8 as well. But when too many items end up in the same bucket, then list turned into the balance tree, which helps speed up searching.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So can we include class as a key in a hashmap?
Yes, we can use.
Okay. Like How?
Mhm. So, for example, we have an employee class. Now you are creating you're saying inside the list where we need to pass as a key in the map or
In
in
the
the
hash map. Yes,
in the
yes,
hash map.
yes.
So we have a key value pair. So you can
Mhm.
pass as a key as a like the name inside the generics, the name of a class, whatever you'll pass. I think inside that generics,
Okay, okay,
the class name as a key.
okay.
Yes.
So, can you please tell me the time complexities of insertion, deletion, and retrieval in hash map?
Insertion, deletion, or maybe insertion login or if it is better, it's login. Insertion, deletion, and what you were saying? Insertion and deletion.
And retrieval.
Mm, maybe login, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay. Yeah. Yes. Mm. So, as you know, we have an entry point in every Java program, like public,
mhm,
static, void, main, right?
mhm, mhm.
So, can we overload this main method?
We can overload, but yeah, JVM will call the whoever has the string argument. So yeah, we can
And
overload
can we
the main
override?
method. No, we cannot. This static, so we cannot override. Right?
So, what will happen if we don't declare this method as a static?
If you are so if you are you have to I think create a object because static by default you don't need to create an object. That class name you will call. So I think if it is not static, so maybe you have to create an object to call that. Uh, um, J,
Will it return
JVM
error or
call.
what?
It will not. I don't think it will give some error, but you have to put I think static. Yes, to directly call. Yeah.
So, I think yeah, it will. Please check after this.
Sure, sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
whether it will.
Does it give error?
Yeah, it will.
Okay. Yes. Maybe it will. You have to create an object. A JVM will check.
Mm.
Yeah. Maybe. Yeah.
So,
Yes.
can we print something console without a main method?
Yeah. We can. I think before we can, but after Java 7, I'm not sure. Like, but before 6, I think, or 7, using the static block we can. But now
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not sure. Like,
Before Java 8.
yes, we
Uh,
can.
okay. But
Static block inside the
now,
static block. Yeah.
mm. So, and which Spring Boot version you are using in your
I think
current project?
2.5 or 2.7 some yeah
2.7. And what's the latest one?
3.7 or 3.6
So
something.
what were, do you know, like, what were the enhancement in the latest version?
Enhancement, exactly the enhancement, I think maybe regarding the annotations or configuration, but I'm not sure. I need to check exactly what enhancement, yes.
Yeah, no, please. So, can you please explain Spring Boot application annotation?
Spring Boot application annotations have 3 annotations. We have a configuration annotations. We have component scan, I think,
Okay,
and one more is the we have enable auto configuration. So this is the combination of application like Spring Boot application annotations. Auto configuration is used to to aid the dependencies. Like for the configuration purpose, I think we'll go with the auto configuration.
okay,
Configuration while you are using, so it will create your bean like to create an object. It will check like it will. What can I say? It will manage. So you for that you can use the configuration, and for component scans, it will scan your packages like inside
okay.
your yeah.
Okay, so is configuration annotation linked with auto wiring, thing like that? You know?
I think you have to using the configuration. Yeah, you have to auto. I think you have to mention like auto wiring. You have to do. I think.
Okay, like if we
Mhm.
disable configuration, can we auto wire?
We can. I think what? Okay. Without. I'm not sure. Like without what we can use for that, but I have used
Yeah,
maybe
I think
some ways.
we
Yeah.
no, we cannot do auto wiring
Uh,
if we disable the auto configuration because auto wiring is dependent on the auto
okay.
configuration. Okay. And what's the difference between service annotation and component annotation?
Okay, service annotations and component annotations. Okay, service annotations means inside the service you are writing your logic. Okay, your business logic. So while you are using at the service means it will define that this is the service class. This is the service. Okay, and by using the at the rate component. Okay, I think component it will show the. But it is a controller, no? Component, I think, inside the at the rate component. I'm not. I need to think at the rate component. Controller, maybe there is a difference between controller and component, not sure.
Okay, so we might have multiple files other than service files, like util files and some helper files. So we can use component annotation there because those are not service files. But can we use component annotation in the service file?
I think yes, we can use the.
So, what's the point of using the service annotation when we can use component annotation anywhere?
Okay, maybe they have their own features. Point why we can use inside the. Not sure.
Because in service annotation, we have a lot of default error messages that are specific to the service logics. So we can use component annotation, but service annotation is a preferred one for the developers
Okay.
in the service side.
Understood. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so how will you scale your application if suddenly a high load comes in your application? How would you scale it?
Scale. Okay, using the I think we use the microservices, but
So you are using microservices architecture?
Yes, in the current project. Last
the
I
current
was working on monolithic
So
only.
what's the benefit of microservice architecture?
A benefit I can say that while you are working with monolithic, if something little changes there, so you have to deploy like everything at once. But in the microservices, like different services, so independently they are running, or we can say that in the different service you are using different what can I say, languages also. For example, one is .NET, you can use one in the you can use the Java, so it's I think good for us. And second thing is like microservices. I think it divided in the different services, so I think it's easy to maintain rather than monolithic, I think.
Okay, so as you have worked with both monolithic and microservice, which one would you suggest to developers? Like, which one is the best?
Actually, I was not have much experience on the microservices. I have just started, so I know little more about monolithic part. But microservices, maybe it's difficult to manage also. Like if you have a different services, but it's a little difficult to manage. So yeah, I think for me, I think now monolithic only. But I'm just exploring microservices. So.
Thank you. So do you know, like recently, Amazon Prime, it's one of the largest streaming
changes their
changes
microservices to yeah.
So we cannot say like this one is best or that one is
Yeah,
best.
maybe it depends on the
stakeholder clients and the VPs and all. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So moving ahead, like how your microservices communicate with each other in your project?
Okay, communication, I think, for the communication, I think they are using some messaging tools like that part I'm not sure, but maybe they are using GraphQL or something for messaging, and for Kafka they are using, but I need to explore this part.
So do you know about Kafka?
Not much. Still exploring.
Which property files do you use? YAML file? Sorry, which configuration file do you use? YAML or properties? I mean
Properties we will.
dot properties. Why?
Okay. Why using?
I mean, you can use YAML file, but why are you using?
Maybe there is some advantages. In the last project, we have a YAML, but here they use the properties. I think, oh, not sure. the
Okay.
advantages over the YAML to the properties.
So a property is simple and easy to manage and write. But YAML is the model and it's a preferred
Yeah,
one. YAML one is a
true.
preferred.
Okay, but
Okay.
most of the projects, like big projects I have seen, they have created YAML.
YAML
There's
is
some
a preferred one.
specification, different specification, yeah, for that I have used.
So which database you are using? I missed
In recent, I
introduction.
think we use the MongoDB. And before we
MongoDB
used
across all your microservices, or it's for the specific one. As we can use a different database for each microservices, right? Hello.
Hello,
Yeah,
some
yeah.
connections, I think. We can use, I think, different, yes,
So,
databases for different.
but in your case, you are using only one database or the different databases?
I think in last project we used the MongoDB only. I'm not sure about the other database, but yeah, I have configured the MongoDB, so I know. Maybe different also use, but I'm not sure. Like,
So what's the difference
if we
between
don't have.
Spring
Mhm.
Framework and Spring Boot?
Okay. So the difference is we can say that in the over the Spring, in the Spring Boot, we have the some auto configurations, we have some annotations, and we have some what can I say? We have the servers, like you don't need to start. There's a server. What can I say? How I explain?
Embedded server.
Embedded server we have.
Mhm.
So yes, many I think features we have over the Spring in
Okay.
the Spring Boot.
So what's the name of embedded server?
Default, we have Apache, and you are asking about the
What's the embedded server inside this Spring Boot? What's the default
default is,
server? Yeah, yeah.
Apache, yeah, default, and you can, if you want, so you can include the JT or other, what if you want, like other servers also.
Okay, so you are saying Apache or Tomcat.
Tomcat, yeah, like Tomcat, you can select.
So how can we change the default server?
I think you can change using inside the dependencies. I think you have to exclude this one, and I think you have to. Yeah.
So which tool you have used for logging?
Offer.
For logging. Like there are some tools you can see logs
Mm,
from Google. Like there are some
okay.
tools like Splunk or the different
I'm not sure. Login. But maybe
and
they are independent if they mention, but not sure. I need to
okay.
check.
So internally, which logging service you are using in the Spring? Like we have Log4j and different
Mm-hmm.
loggers. Do you know?
Mm, not much on that.
So what's the testing strategies in your project? Testing strategy,
Testing, I think, like you are asking about unit testing.
like whole testing, like unit testing, integration testing.
Mm-hmm.
Like how do you test your
Okay.
feature when you are going to deploy before production?
Okay, so firstly, like first way is to create the test cases like JUnit or Mockito. We
Mhm.
are passing some mock values and using that
Yes, yes,
first way.
yes,
I
yes.
think second way, okay, we just end to end. We normally just do the end to end testing.
Mhm.
Like I think inside the okay, for that I think testing some dependencies, but this is for I think testing only. We are using team. What we are using? I think um, not. I'm not recalling as of now. Like
Okay.
this is directly we just build and deploy and that only. I'm not showing like.
So how much environments you have, like dev environment, prod environment? Do you
Mhm.
have another apart from these?
No, like dev and program.
Dev and prod. Okay. So let's say your prod environment is slower than your dev environment. Uh,
Mhm.
like what would you do in this case?
Okay, if it is slow, okay. So maybe okay, maybe
Let's
I will
say,
check the. You are asking about something optimization part, like for
yeah,
example,
yeah,
I'll check
let's
the
say
queries and all.
you are working on one feature and you have
Mhm.
deployed in dev environment, you have tested it, everything is working as expected. Now you are
Mhm.
taking that feature to the prod, okay?
Mhm.
But after deploying in prod, you observe like this is slower than the dev
Mhm.
environment. So what would you do?
I think we check the logs first. Then
Okay.
I think we used in our last project some Docker Kubernetes. Something I have used. The same situation, it's come it came, I think, in my last project. I'm not remembering, but yeah, we can check the logs, or we can try to check the, I think, internally for the day. Maybe some queries we need to check, like in the database queries or caching and all. I think if possible, so we'll do and we'll change, I
Okay.
think.
So, as you said, you are using agile methodology. So,
Mhm.
what's the
Mhm.
benefit of using this methodology?
I think we use in my last project we use Agile Scrum. Okay, so
Agile
what?
Scrum. Okay.
Yes. So what was this like? It was like, for example, we have a Scrum Master. Okay, and we have some like daily you have to give your whatever the work you have done. You have
Updates.
to give the updates. Then you have the grooming section. We have the retrospective meeting. So this different sessions you have, like meetings you have. So in that
Okay.
meeting, what was the main is to if you have, like, for example, you are working on any particular Jira, and in the current sprint, you have a sprint like 15 days of sprint. So if you have any changes, like if you face any issues in the current sprint, so you for to overcome, like it will not again will come in the next sprint. You have some meetings like like the, I think, retrospective meeting, or this calls you have to discuss these things about, like what can I say, what issues you have faces in last, so that we can overcome. So yeah, I think this is better to it's, I think, better, yeah, to work in this environment.
So, what was the critical feature you have worked on yet?
What
What was the most
crit
critical feature you have worked
Okay, most critical
till
feature,
now?
I think I was working in the it was filtering or a pagination. I think there was a filtering part. I think first time I have used the AG Grid library in my Angular front end part.
Mhm.
So in that AG Grid, I have to work in the filtering part. So there are different filters we have. So
Okay.
I have created the custom component for that. Like some of the feature that it's not already present in the, what can I say, in the documentation that are
Mhm.
already there for the AG Grid. So I have to, for that, I think I have created the custom component for that filtering part. So I think that was oh yeah, little
Okay.
complex for me to work on that part.
Mhm.
Mm.
And do you know what's your production deployment strategy?
Production deployment strategy.
Like there are some strategies like Canary or Green Blue, something like that.
Mhm.
There are some, you know,
Okay.
do you guys follow some
Okay.
strategies?
No, actually, I'm not sure, because what we done, like if we are working in any particular
Mhm.
Jira, so just working after completing, there is a team city. Yeah, there is a team city we are using. Inside the team city, we are just build, we'll check and we'll deploy. Like this is the way, like
Um,
simple way.
okay.
So I'm not sure about these
So
things.
is there any peer review?
Yes, you have to request for PR, like um, then after like approval your PR, then only I'll merge in my build, like.
So who reviews your code?
Or like we have a client, so some people are working from the client side also,
Mhm.
so they
Mhm.
are the, like, some seniors are there, so they will and after some time, like the PR, it's like that we all are, if you are a team of 5 to 6 members, so like if I'm working in my any story, so other will review, if other one, so I will review, like that we are working, like
Mhm.
reviewing, yeah, our stories with PR.
Okay.